So you want to win the PBA Shark Championship, do you? Well, you've got to get by this guy, maybe the greatest of all time, Walter Ray Williams Jr., gunning for his 100th combined PBA title. Welcome inside downtown Reno, Nevada's National Bowling Stadium for the PBA Shark Championship. A very special evening it could be as these four competitors fight for $20,000. The left-hander Andrew Kane, Matt O'Grady making his televised debut, Francois Lavoie, the U.S. Open champion, and Walter Ray Williams Jr. Bowling fans know his resume extremely well. His last major came in this building, Randy.
Well, the winningest player in the history of our tour at age 57 can become the oldest player to ever win. Remember, Walter Ray, his first player of the year came back in 1986. He's been good for a long time.
And he would get 6 more after that. He is standing by with Kimberly Pressler.
Thanks, guys. So, Walter, we just saw this great video of you winning the 2010 Masters here. Now, if you were to win tonight, you would actually become the oldest player to ever win on the PBA Tour. What would it mean to you to win at this age?
Just winning any tournament is great. So I hope I can put a great effort out and show these young kids a thing or two.
All right. Well, good luck to you today.
Thank you.
I think you've shown us all a thing or two, Kimberly. Thank you very much. So take a look at this shark oil pattern. 43 feet of what appears to be some nastiness here, Randy.
Yeah, it looks very unusual with the blue dye. You can actually see tracks right around the second arrow on both sides of the lane. But it's a real heavy volume oil, and it's going to play similar to Scorpion that we saw in our last event. Players have to keep their angles and their lines very tight and very straight.
So we are going to see all four competitors going at it at once, and the U.S. Open champion, Francois Lavoie, is first. On the left lane. No, we're not watching the U.S. Open again. It is another strike for Lavoie, who had a 300. Now Andrew Kane, the left-hander, looking for his first PBA Tour title. He is a very experienced player internationally with Team USA. And that 6 gets a little nudge, but not enough.
And potentially the same scenario as our last event with the lone lefty and Andrew Kane. If he can create a nice line to the pocket, he only has to worry about himself being the only lefty.
Now goes the 10-pin for Matthew O'Grady in his televised debut in his 8th year as a professional. Kane easily handles that 6-pin, and last but certainly not least, Walter Ray.
7 times he was voted player of the year out here.
He's won 153 televised matches. And he's perfect on his opening shot.
You talk about the potential 100 total wins. That'd be a combination of tour wins, regional wins, PBA 50 wins, PBA 50 regional wins. He's tied currently with Weber at 99. I'll tell you what, if this is the last time we see Walter Ray on television, what a way to go out by winning this event.
Oh, Kane wanted it to go, it didn't quite, so he's left with another single pin. And Lavoie up quickly. The top 2, the 2 highest scorers, will move on to the championship. Ooh. What happened there?
You don't see that very often. Came in light, leaving the 7, 8, 10.
Well, gonna get a little creative here, huh? This is your hammer toss spear replay. 7, 8, 10.
I was waiting for you to ask me if I've ever made that, and my response was going to be, I'm not sure I've ever left that.
That's why I didn't ask it, because I figured there's no way you ever did. Walter Ray off the strike in the first. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Oh, it's got to hold.
Well, it held, but he left a solid 7. Watch this game, folks. What a beautiful stroke young Matt O'Grady has. Wow.
And wow, indeed. He opens up with a double. He was a great college bowler, William Patterson bowler, I should say, in New Jersey. 2-time first-team All-American there.
And have we seen anyone more excited, more happy about making a telecast than Matthew O'Grady?
Walter Ray will cover. Yeah, he was literally giddy when he sat down to talk with the three of us. And he's a fan of the sport.
Yeah, he's just a pleasant young man and fun to watch. What a great stroke he's got. Now Andrew Kane, third frame, looking for his first strike.
Past president of the USBC. Uh-oh, look out. He'll take it, Brooklyn.
Not proud of it.
And Francois Lebois was a college star at Wichita State. He's from Quebec City. Just 23 years old. So here's our Columbia 300 fun fact. This is Walter Ray Williams Jr.'s 177th televised finals appearance. His opponents have combined for 8.
Well, if Walter doesn't make this telecast, there's only one combined title.
Perfect.
And that would be Frankie Lebois. The other two don't have a title, so we would have one. Walter Ray comes in with his 47, so now we have 48. Looks pretty good.
You see O'Grady in the arsenal, the Alpha Crux. Leaping into that 7-pin, threatening that 7-pin, and he gets it to go down.
And just another great shot by Van. Did somebody tell Matt that he's supposed to be nervous first time on TV? Apparently he didn't get the memo.
He's still happy. He's happy he met his idol, Randy Peterson.
Look at that react. That was awesome.
The PBA Shark Championship is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. By Reno Tahoe USA. For your next vacation getaway, go to visitRenoTahoe.com. By Barbasol Shaving Cream, America's leader for a close, comfortable shave. Close Shave America, Close Shave Barbasol. And by Eldorado, Silver Legacy, and Circus, Reno's premier downtown properties. It is time for Randy and I to take you through our extra frame tournament highlights. Tom Smallwood matched up against Andrew Kane in a righty-lefty matchup in a pattern that doesn't always favor the lefties. It favored Andrew Kane, who ends up sweeping Tom Smallwood.
Our next matchup featured Australian Sam Cooley taking on the reigning U.S. Open champ Frankie Lebois. And this was a laugher, especially when you could throw messengers from Fifth Arrow. It was all Francois Lebois, 3-zip.
Now Marcus Janssen hooked up with Matthew O'Grady. O'Grady trying to get on TV, trying to win his first tournament as a pro. He's got a chance as he wins that last one, 200 to 191.
Our last matchup featured the only player that won one game in the matches, and that was E.J. Tackett. Unfortunately, he could only win one. This man right here, Walter Ray Williams Jr., voted the second greatest player of all time, takes down Tackett 3-1.
And he is in second place behind Matt O'Grady. There you see our standings as we get ready to start the fourth frame. The top two will advance to the championship to play for the trophy and the $20,000. Here is Francois Lebois. That took a nasty snap at the end, and he gets it.
And a nice break tripping out the 4-9. He needed it coming off the open frame now. He's got back-to-back strikes. And a good time, a good decision on the ball change he made there.
This is the third TV finals appearance for Kane. Solid there for shot.
Yeah, he takes advantage of the Brooklyn on the right lane in the third, and Drew doubles up.
Messon. Oh, no. Yes, yes, yes. I agree with you. I thought that was insanely unfortunate.
Well, there was a pin in the gutter, and the head looked like it was going to keep the messenger from taking the 10 out.
That's got no chance.
You could hear him say that's got no chance, and he was absolutely right.
That was horrible. Come on, you can't do that.
So Grady, here's our Barbasol close shave of the day.
I mean, this is just filthy. Watch this pin action. And it looked like it was.
Walter Ray takes care of business.
And the last time Walter Ray missed a spare on television, Moby Dick was a minnow.
Lavoie now coming in off of a double. Was picked up a PBA regional title this year in addition to that US Open Championship.
Look out.
Yeah, I was actually hoping that would cross Brooklyn to give him a chance to get a strike.
Left of left. Honestly, right now, Matt O'Grady's ball reaction looks better than all three combined.
But can he maintain it? We have seen on these animal patterns, people get out to fast starts and then not be able to sustain it. Quiet 10-pin for Walter Ray.
When you're playing that angle with this much oil and your rev rate is on the low side, your pocket becomes very small. And that's the trouble that Walter Ray runs into. He has to outbowl the youngsters. Can't beat him with power. He's got to beat him with his mind and his accuracy. I'll tell you what, I could watch this young man's game all day long. Walter Ray hydrates.
Well, that messenger's going to turn away. The crowd kind of tipped him off. Gave him a bad bit of advice. You never want to get that in Reno. And still, he looks very smooth through 5. And Lavoie mixes him up.
One of the things that Frankie Lavoie is so good at is being real soft at the release point. That's what helps that's what helps to get his bowling ball to read the mids, to read the middle part of the lane.
That's the hardest one yet, Randy.
Oh, see, he's talking to you.
I know, kiddo. Just hang in there. You're doing great.
Be great if we could talk back.
I know, right? We should have like some type of way to communicate with them.
Except if we say anything too critical, then it could be
then they'll really give it to us.
Ugly,
right?
Yeah. So you see O'Grady at the moment has the lead, but look at that bunch for that important second place spot that gets you into that final game.
Come on, go.
He did. Nice kick on the 7 for Andrew Kane.
Yeah, be careful of Andrew if he gets comfortable. He doesn't have a whole lot of traffic on that side, and he just needs to get real comfy and just repeat.
Well, he's had a very distinguished career. Does not have a PBA Tour title, but he has bowled well.
Shim.
Look out to the face. He thought the other one was difficult.
Well, he got it in and he paid for it. It's going to be an open frame for Matt O'Grady as we take a look at Walter Ray's arsenal. Mastermind Brainiac.
That seems appropriate, doesn't it? Kick on the 10.
And there's the hit that Walter Ray needs. He would have gotten that on the right lane had his ball been about a half an inch farther left into the pocket. Walter Ray still in it, folks. He's right there.
And everyone's going to bunch a little tighter here as O'Grady pays the penalty. Quick word with the ball rep. Might turn into a longer conversation. You see Lavoie's Arsenal, the Alpha Crux.
Well, that looked like it was a little left of target, Dave, but he got it to push and hold line. And it's another double for Frankie Lavoie.
So Kane on the right lane. And he's had some trouble on this lane.
Inception Pearl for Drew. He's getting comfy.
Yeah, I was going to say that just based on what you said earlier. Owner of 11 medals in international competition, Andrew Kane.
Big shot here after an open for Matt O'Grady.
Beautiful. That's pretty good, baby.
And O'Grady went to a different ball. You see Walter Ray's road to the final.
Come on, baby, come on. Yeah!
Yeah, great shot. Yeah, he didn't struggle much in match play. He only lost 2 games. 1-9. Never threatened. This format, he said, would benefit him because it's one guy on one pair of lanes. He doesn't have to worry about all the high rev traffic tearing up the old pattern, forcing him to play the extreme inside angle.
Kane rocking a double.
Read it.
Yeah, I get 3 in a row. And 5 of the last 6 frames for Andrew Kane. Boy, it's going to be pretty hard to figure out who's got an edge here right now as we get ready to approach those final frames. Ball through the face, and he got it.
Oh, my.
He just sliced that one open.
Ultimate break there. That could have been 6. Instead, it's a 3-bagger.
Look at those X's, those strikes on that board now.
Walter Ray's got to start feeling must strike here, as is Matt O'Grady. Is it good enough?
Nope, light. So Grady showed the ability to bounce back with that strike in the 7th. And through the nose, a washout.
A little soft.
Yep.
3, 4, 6, 7, 10 for O'Grady.
Yeah, more a split than anything else. Whatever it is, it's going to be very impactful in this match as Walter Ray does what he does well.
He's got to get it over here, throw the 3 into the 4-7.
Nope.
Caught too much of the 3-pin.
So after opening hot, O'Grady has cooled. He opened with the front 4 and has had just the 1 strike since and 2 opens. Very quietly, Francois Lavoie has worked on 3 in a row. This guy might be the one to watch out for at the moment.
Which one?
Andrew Kane.
Yeah, I said it earlier. I said if he gets comfortable. His last 3 shots were beautiful.
Oh, come on, go!
That's okay, because that was an errant shot. Got it in. Anytime you hear a player yell go, they're usually inside of target, asking for a little help. This is good news if you're Matt O'Grady, because the players have not struck and increased the lead on him, so he still has a chance. Even though he has the 2 open frames, he can still shoot 221.
After we went through that stretch where nobody could miss, they're all starting to miss a little bit now.
Francois Lavoie is at 215 with a strike spare in the 10th. O'Grady can strike out to shoot 221. Kane's at 213. And Walter Ray can strike out for 228.
And sneak past them all. In pursuit of his 100th combined title between PBA 50 Regionals, PBA 50 Tour, Regional PBA, and of course his 47 PBA Tour titles. Yes, sir. That's how you do it.
Great shot. He can't be shut out now. Look out. Unfortunately for Matt O'Grady, his day is going to come to an end. Lavoie can strike out for 225. Kane can strike out for 223. Walter Ray, 228. Who shows up in the 10th frame? Last two shots for Lavoie, both through the nose. One strike for a 3-bagger, 1-8 spare.
7-pin will stand. Well, we mentioned it before. We've seen players get off to hot starts and then not be able to finish on these animal pattern programs. Fortunately for O'Grady, that's a wonderful shot there. So Lavoie can punch for 214.
He needs 8 to stay ahead of Matt O'Grady. If Matt O'Grady strikes out, he can shoot 211. Kane now. Double. He'll be at 220s, and he'll lock himself a spot up in the title match.
Pick up.
Pick it up. It leaves a 10 behind.
Now Lavoie needs 9 to stay ahead of Kane. If Lavoie gets 9 on this ball, he's in.
He gets 8.
And the plot thickens.
Because Kane gets a spare strike. They're tied.
Yes, sir.
But they'll lock out O'Grady, right?
Yes. Walter Ray now just needs the first hit in the 10th frame and good count.
The spare part. Must strike for Kane. And same for O'Grady. To have even the slightest of chances, he's got to be perfect in the 10th.
Wheel.
You know, there is still a chance for O'Grady, though. If Kane gets 8, Walter doesn't strike first ball in the 10th, and O'Grady strikes out, he makes it. Am I right? Thank you, Mike. Mike Edwards, our statistician.
Oh, no.
Look at out.
Oh, wow.
Now, guess what, guys? O'Grady's back in.
Yes, he is.
Gosh, Andrew.
O'Grady's back in. O'Grady needs this hit and 8. He'll shoot 209.
But
Walter Ray has to strike first ball.
all right.
He's got to have this to have any chance.
Look out. Went wide. So he will miss out.
Wasn't bad.
But it wasn't good enough. So Lavoie is in. Well, who could you ask better to roll a strike when you need one?
Oh, geez.
Look out, Brooklyn.
To make it.
How about that?
To make it to the title match, arguably one of the greatest players ever goes flush Brooklyn.
Goat, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I really hope we see a lot
Thanks,
more of
Reno.
Matthew O'Grady.
It's been a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
And you know what? He means that.
He really does. He's just a great guy to be around. What a nice man. I hope we see a lot more of Matthew O'Grady. But guess who we're going to see in the title match? That guy.
Still alive for that 100th title. Tied with PDW at 99. And he'll get a chance against Francois Lavoie, the reigning U.S. Open champion. 1 tour title versus 47 tour titles. Should be epic. Sometimes a little luck, even if you're the best. It will be Walter Ray Williams Jr. and Francois Lavoie going at it for the PBA Shark Championship and the $20,000 first prize. And it will be a significant victory for Walter Ray, the number 100 combined in his PBA career. Take a look at our Ebonite flashback. The last time the Shark Championship was competed was in 2011, and Jason Belmonte won it.
Jason Belmonte took down Chris Barnes, who actually bowled 300 earlier on the telecast, but it was all Belmonte in the title match.
So now we get ready for a really fascinating match. Walter Ray Williams Jr. at 57, Francois Lavoie at 23, the reigning U.S. Open champion. How do you handicap this one?
I don't think you can ever bet against Walter Ray Williams Jr. Frankie Lavoie's ball reaction doesn't look all that great. I think it's going to come down to execution and shot making, and I still think that Walter Ray has one more left in him. I think it's Walter Ray.
All right, we'll find out if he can get to that magic 100 ahead of his rival, PDWs. They're both sitting at 99. It'll be the youngster and the veteran face-to-face for $20,000 in the Shark Championship. Inside the National Bowling Stadium in Reno, right in the heart of downtown. What a beautiful facility this is, and the perfect place for the Geico PBA World Series of Bowling, and they are getting ready. Walter Ray Williams Jr. and Francois Lavoie for the Shark Championship. I heard Randy suggested it's very difficult to bet against the guy who's won 47 times on the tour and 99 times overall against someone who has won one professional title. But what a show it was, a 300 game in the semifinals for Lavoie. And he went on to defeat Marshall Kent in the title match in Vegas at the U.S. Open. And a ringing 10. One other thing about Lavoie we haven't talked about yet, Randy, the guy is unflappable.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder if he really actually has a pulse. He's kind of cyborg-like. But, you know, I think the thing that is really striking for me is how he had enough wherewithal to not only shoot 300 but regroup for the title match. That doesn't happen. You don't just, you know, click your heels together and that magically is bestowed upon you. And he's one of those young guns that we have out here that has it. Jesper Svensson has it. Simonson has it. Frankie Lavoie has it.
And still has it, Walter Ray. Oh, and a little luck never hurts. Let's go down to Kimberly Pressler standing by, both with Matthew O'Grady and Andrew Kane.
Thank you, Dave. So, Andrew, let's start with you. You needed a strike in the 10th to advance. What went wrong?
You know, that lane was just tight for me the entire match. It was tight in practice, and I finally got comfortable, got soft enough, and I think it was just a touch amped up and just didn't make a great shot.
Well, how was the World Series experience for you?
You know, it's been great. I was sick 3 weeks ago before I got out here, and I didn't bowl for 4 days. I was laid up and couldn't touch a ball, couldn't do anything, so I was a little rusty when I got here, but, you know, it turned around pretty quickly and was pretty happy to get where I did.
Well, congratulations on making the show.
Thank you.
Matt, you know what? When we did our pre-interviews with you, you were genuinely one of the happiest people I've ever interviewed about making a show. I know this didn't go the way you wanted it to, but how has it been for you?
I'll tell you what, Kimberly, the last couple of weeks have been amazing out here. I started off with the regional challenge victory and made 2 shows. I mean, I'm just a part-time regional player that works a pro shop at home. I'm truly blessed to be out here.
Well, we enjoyed watching you, and congratulations on making the show. Guys, back to you.
We'd like him to be more full-time.
That would be nice.
So all spares in the early going.
It's going to be a grind, I think, Dave. I mean, it just all depends on if the lanes develop enough to the right where Frankie Lavoie can use his power over Walter Ray. Is there enough dry boards to the right? Can he move in, create a little bit of angle, and get his ball to bounce back to the pocket? If that happens, I think Frankie Lavoie runs over Walter Ray.
A little wide right, though, and leaves a single pin behind.
That's the shot I'm talking about.
Okay.
If that gets back, it's big trouble for Walter Ray.
But how long will it take for that to happen?
It might not develop.
Perfect on that single pin spare. Well, time for a little track tech talk on the former Wichita State Shocker.
Gets the ball into the swing fairly early, like most of our power players. He's got the high backswing. But a really good touch at the bottom. He's very soft with his hand. You don't see that violent snapping. And so he can get his ball to curve a lot by just getting softer. Look out.
He broke up trouble there and leaves behind a 3-6. So your observation a moment ago about this being a grind is holding up.
I think that shot there is where he throws it good, gets it a little bit to the right. It doesn't get back. Now the brain goes, well, you can't throw it to the right. So what's the next move? You pull it.
So we are still seeking our first strike in this Shark Championship match. $20,000 to the winner.
This is the exact kind of fight that Walter Ray Williams Jr. was looking for.
'93rd career television title match. And that slight broke up the bucket. Seems a touch confused, which I can't imagine. He won't figure that out very quickly.
Hang on the right lane for both players. 2-4-5, 5-pin wiggling. If he spares this, it'll be a 1-pin match through 3 frames.
And barely got that 5 to drop. You will see both these players, by the way, in the PBA League in 2017. Walter Ray for the Brooklyn Styles and Francois for the Motown Muscle.
You and I ought to form our own team. We'll call our team the ESPN Talking Heads.
Excellent. That's a perfect name. We'll get Kimberly to join us.
Yeah.
Oh, God, what are you doing?
Striking. That's what you're doing.
I really don't know what to say after that one. Well, I was waiting for it to go Brooklyn, and it didn't. It actually went pocket hit, trip 4.
Out here. Well, you mentioned it also when we were talking just moments ago that you don't like the way Lavoie's ball has been reacting since about the tail end of the first game.
Honestly, I think he has nothing. That was a pretty good shot. It was a little bit left of the shot that went 2-pin in the second. That ball goes through the face.
Change equipment?
I think the move would be to move left and get softer. Start opening your angles up. Get softer with your speed. Start opening the angles a little bit more. But right now, what he's got is 0. He throws it to the right, it's light. He gets it up the lane, it goes through the face. You got to try to create some type of mistake area one way or the other, whether it's hold or swing, but you got to find something.
Mentioned Lavoie at Wichita State. He won the 2014 Intercollegiate Singles Championship and was a national champion in 2015 with the Shockers. George Vatican. Perfect right there.
And I think the left lane's okay. I think it's got a little hold and some push there. And I think that's what fooled Walter Ray when he went, oh my, what are you doing? And it kind of laid there and went trip 4. You watch this shot here, looks very similar to the shot he threw on the right lane, just inside of fifth arrow, and you can see how that pushes. Problem is he doesn't have it on the right lane, and Frankie Lavoie's got to finish the match on the right lane. That was a good shot.
Yeah, he liked it all the way. He started to run it out just a little bit and was left with a solid 4.
Look at the rotation on that bowling ball.
The PBA Network is your one-stop resource for all the ways the PBA communicates with our fans. The PBA Network includes telecasts on ESPN, live event streaming on Extra Frame, PBA social media outlets like Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook, a mobile gaming app, and, of course, the PBA's official website at PBA.com. For more information, head to PBA.com and click on the PBA Network link. I'm Dave Lamont with Randy Peterson and Kimberly Pressler. The final frames of the PBA Shark Championship, part of the World Series of Bowling here in Reno.
That looks good. Both players see the left lane now.
Okay.
The GOAT, greatest of all time. The only player in the history of our sport to win it, to have over $4 million in career earnings.
Strike on the right lane for Lavoie.
Yeah, a little different shape to that shot. Looked like he may have moved a little bit farther left.
I believe that's what you told him to do.
Somebody's listening. Yeah, he is definitely farther left now. You know, the tendency when you get that deep on a pattern like this, Dave, is to really start wrenching on it at the bottom because your brain is like, well, if I don't hit this, it's not going to come around the corner. He's probably one of the best on tour at not doing that.
Good. I was about to say it was good. It was a great shot. He just did not get a break with the 6 wrapping around the 10.
Yeah, it was really good. 6 second to the right, slinging around the 10 pin. He wanted it. He knew it. He knows the score. And that's probably the most react we've ever gotten out of Francois Lavoie.
And knowing that he cannot miss a spare against Walter Ray Williams, that's asking to be beaten. And he is perfect so far. Clean through 7. 2-time player of the decade, the 90s and the 2000s. 4-time Team USA member. He was actually a Rookie of the Year in 2010 on the PBA 50 Tour.
Come on, hold.
Wow. I've heard him say that a few times and never in a good way.
Come on.
Today.
He wanted it to hold for maybe a trip 4 when Brooklyn. He needs to make a pretty good move left on the right lane.
by 8 as we approach frame number 8.
The ball's way better than that.
The oldest player to ever win on the PBA Tour, John Handegard.
And he got them all. Walter Ray would eclipse that with a victory today. He would be the oldest.
Nice little break he just caught there. Swishing the rack, setting up the 9th and 10th.
We're in for a big finish here.
Yeah, this is the big question mark for me. Can Walter Ray strike on the right lane? I think Frankie Lavoie is set now. I think he's got pocket.
This is where Lavoie is now. He struck on this right lane the last time. He does it again. By the way, we talked about Walter Ray, almost jokingly, as a Rookie of the Year in the PBA 50 in 2010. We're looking at, I think, the front runner for Rookie of the Year, yes?
Yeah, absolutely. Graham Faw did win a major. He won the Touring Players Championship. But Frankie's made 3 shows now. Won the U.S. Open. Frankie Lavoie is going to be your Rookie of the Year, in my opinion. Ironically, both from Canada.
And a quiet 10-pin.
Left lane's got his number now. Ring 10, flat 10, back-to-back on the left lane. Otherwise, this turns into a rout. He needed to strike there to keep from being shut out. Walter Ray can now strike in the 9th and 10, shut out Francois Lavoie, and win his 100th combined title. The biggie is coming up, though, Dave, the right lane. I'm not so sure he can get to the pocket.
Well, let's take a look at Walter. 9 spare, 7 spare, 9 spare, 9 spare on this right lane.
He went 10 pin, 2-4-5, 4 pin, 6 pin. Last shot went Brooklyn. He loves it.
Oh, he got it to the pocket.
Well, he made a great shot. I just don't think he's deep enough on that right lane. And this might be the end for Walter Ray, because I think Frankie Lavoie is locked in on the right lane.
Come on.
This is a great shot just to get it to the pocket. And he knew it. 3 in the 10th with a spare here, though. And Walter Ray will shoot 206 and force Frankie Lavoie to double in the 10th. Exciting match coming down to the 10th frame, folks. Walter Ray Williams Jr. voted the 2nd greatest player of all time, taking on potential Rookie of the Year, reigning U.S. Open champ, Frankie Lavoie.
Oh, God, really?
Really?
Did I just have deja vu? Didn't that happen
Yes.
already?
He's had some really funky strikes today.
But it was both on the left lane,
Yep.
where he thought it was going high. It just lays there, fallback trip 4. Watch this. Hello.
7-pin on the assist.
Yeah, that was only Walter Ray Williams Jr. carry. I would have gotten 5 on that hit.
Pinch right.
Just a pinch right, he said.
Not this time. Francois Lavoie needs a mark.
Trying not to look. Trying to refocus now. He gets the glance. He knows what's going to happen here. We all do. Another spare for Walter Ray. So it's in Lavoie's hand now. A second tour title, $20,000, and a chance to lock down perhaps Rookie of the Year.
We're going to have to get a blood sample from Frankie Lavoie. This kid is mature beyond his years. You know, we asked him about that, Dave, and he said, I just go through the process. I just stick with my process, my pre-shot routine. I stay with it, and it helps with the nerves.
Well, he also mentioned his background at Wichita State. You know, that is a different group over there. They've had such incredible success, and there is a Wichita way. And he's talked about the mental approach that they teach there that has helped him as a professional. Your Shark champion is Francois Lavoie. $20,000, and that's in his carry-on luggage. What a year he has had.
Thank you, Storm.
He defeats the legend, Walter Ray Williams Jr. Picks up a second PBA Tour title. Francois Lavoie, getting used to that. The PBA Shark Championship is brought to you by HotelPlanner.com, the best place to book hotel rooms. Best rooms, best rate, guaranteed. By Reno Tahoe USA. For your next vacation getaway, go to visitRenoTahoe.com. By the United States Bowling Congress, creating competitive opportunities at all levels as we build a future for the sport. Visit bowl.com for more. And by Skechers. Wide fit with air-cooled memory foam. It's first class for your feet. Utterly beautiful Lake Tahoe. And what a show we had here. It was indeed a grind in our Geico Championship recap with Walter Ray Williams and Francois Lavoie.
Walter Ray looking to double up in the 10th. Got the first hit. Really liked that shot. Left the 4-pin. Now it's just a mark. And that's the best kind. Frankie Lavoie, winner again, 204-196. Now let's go down to Kimberly and our champion.
Thanks, Randy. Francois, what's it like coming out on tour, competing against a player the caliber of Walter Ray, and walking away with the win?
It's incredible. I never thought I would be able to do something like that. I watched him on TV when I was a kid, along with all the other great players that are out here, and to be out here competing is really a dream come true.
Now, right now, you're the front runner for the Rookie of the Year with this win.
Mm-hmm.
What would that win mean to you?
It would be great. It was my goal coming into the season. I set goals for myself every year, and that was one of them. And winning that would be great. I think it's great for bowling in Canada. It's great for me personally. Great for Storm, I think. And I couldn't have done it without the help of Storm and Jim, Tim, and Dell, all the guys out here, Mr. Chrisman. Just an unbelievable company with unbelievable people, and I have them to thank for that.
Well, you did a lot of work here today, crossing off a lot of goals, so congratulations on winning the PBA Shark Championship.
Thank you.
Kimberly and Francois, thank you very much. And yeah, get used to this guy because he is going to be around and could be a success for a long time. In fact, you want to watch him again? Watch him in USA versus the World on Sunday, January 8th at 1 Eastern on ESPN. That is our next telecast on the PBA Tour. For Kimberly Pressler and Randy Peterson, I'm Dave Lamont. We thank you for watching. From the World Series of Bowling, the Shark Championship from downtown Reno. See you next time.
Thank you, Storm.
Good job, buddy.